Welcome to another Ruthless Ideas podcast. Today, I am excited. We have hit some numbers we have not done before. And it's been a phenomenal week. It's been a phenomenal day. I'm excited, so let's get right into it. So first off, we are working with ADHD toys this week. So the first one, I was pretty happy with this one. So first off, it's called the Pathfinder. It's a super simple product. It's an oval with a semi-long no, it's more of a slot. So it's got like two radiuses with two paths going down the center. With this ideas, you'll understand what I'm talking about, but it honestly looks like a racetrack, just all lefts. So, and then inside the little tracks, there's a track in the oval, and that holds BBs, not magnetic BBs, just like BBs you'd put in a BB gun. And then underneath that, there's another attachment part that holds magnets on each side of it. So it's a long, kind of looks like a Tootsie Roll, but obviously it's not. So Tootsie Roll underneath, it has magnets on both of the ends. And then on the center of it, it has a little, kind of looks like a Phillips head that goes into the track part that slides around. And so what this does is the magnets connect to the BBs and allow you to control the BBs along the track, as well as if you turn the Tootsie Roll looking thing in the middle, you can spin the balls around freely and you don't have to control it. But then if you want to, you can twist it back and then boom, you have an awesome, cool little controlling / guidance system. And I 3D printed this thing. So much fun. I did not expect it to be this good or this fun, but man, oh man, is that fun. So super cool. But this one is one of the biggest numbers. This is my actual video. 358 views. That's awesome. So the attention span isn't the complete video. So a lot of people drop off within the first little bit, which means I have to make the videos better. I understand. But the fact that 358 people watched at least the first second of it to count as a view, that's phenomenal. I haven't got that close at all. So it is so cool, so happy. I know the number seems a little low because you watch all these super big YouTubers, millions of views, so cool. I don't care. It's me. It's me against me. I don't care what anyone else is doing. I'm doing my own thing. Got 358 views on a product I designed from scratch. I'm freaking happy with it. It's awesome. So exciting. I did not get any comments on that. That's okay. But I did post out the short on it. And man, oh man, 798 views. It's freaking insane. So happy. It's so cool to see it kind of not pop off at all, but pop off a little bit more than normal. So super cool. Go check it out. Let's raise that number to 400. How about them apples? So you see this, go check it out. It's awesome. So the next one honestly though, back to the other one, the Pathfinder. For the short name, I called it The Silence of the Laps. Man, I was way too happy with that name. It was a play on the Silence of the Lambs, but it's just a track, so my mind thought it was amazing. I'm still proud of that name. It's pretty cool. So go check out The Silence of the Laps or the Lambs, whichever one you're more inclined to watching. But next product was the Clicker. Super simple name, but this one it's a different kind of approach, because normally with the first three products I wanted them silent so that you could use them in the classroom if you wanted to. But this one I went the opposite and went for an auditory feedback stimulation, and that was cool because it was something different I hadn't done, And it was also kind of difficult because I'm 3D printing these, so figuring out the best way to make it engaging, make it fun to play with, but also have a little noise. It was kind of a bit difficult, but really fun as well. So this one is, I had to shape it a little bit like a gun. We're going to say a Nerf gun, but I had to shape it a little bit like that so it was comfortable to hold. So it has a little kind of butt that you hold, and then you put your finger on the edge, and it has this track, this rectangular track that has a giant circle underneath it. And then on the inside of the track has little kind of grooves on the inside that makes the sound when you put the thumb piece in. And so this thumb piece has little triangles going out of the middle to make the sound, and it like rubs against the little waves, gives you the sound, and it's fun. It's just it's so hard to kind of upgrade it. So all you do is you just push it forward and backwards. And the whole like kind of idea of this was, if you're a kid with ADHD and you're doing homework at home and you're struggling focusing, and then you can pull this out and you have a sound to kind of stimulate the auditory system while you're actually doing the work. I was like, maybe not as much of a classroom toy, more of an at-home toy. Maybe annoys your parents, but I'm willing to take the chance. It's okay. It is what it is. So it has a lot of pros and cons. So the pros are you can switch out the middle piece to make possibly different sounds. Didn't dive into that. That could be the next step possibly. But the problem is it's very repetitive. You're going up and down as many times as you want, but that's it. You can't really do much with it. There was another way I figured out that you could like take the thumb piece out and put it in the hole and spin it, but then you just have a little fidget spinner. So can do two things, cannot, I don't know, but it was cool, and I tackled the sound part. So I enjoyed that. I was happy with that. So, but that one actually had 2 comments on it, which is awesome. It had 176 views. So again, breaking the triple digit mark, which is awesome, but also 2 comments. So the first one was from RoboChris Productions, who said, gained another follower, ... Also get this to market ASAP. So I'm taking that as he really enjoyed it and wants to actually use it, not because there's another way you could take that as, oh yeah, this is so good, you should like make this so cool. You could think of it that way. I'm not. I'm thinking it as, this would help him, it would be awesome, and I should make this and put this to market. I might pause that and not bring it to market, but it's cool to see people rooting for me. So, and then the next guy, John Scott 831, commented, ooh, I'm cured. So I'm taking that as another positive. And I mean, the fact that these 2 people took that extra minute or so to type that out and add that as a comment, it makes me feel great, and I'm so happy. So if you're one of those 2 and you're listening to this, thank you very much. It means a lot. It's so cool to see people engaging with it, and that's the awesome thing. And then for the short, 82 views. I did happen to post that on Friday and not on Thursday. So a little bit my fault. I posted it to all the other social medias, did not post it to YouTube. So might get a couple more views on that. It is what it is, but it was pretty cool. So those are kind of the overall products for this week. I really enjoyed it. I've had so much fun making these products. This is the most interaction on my channel that I've gotten, is designing these toys. My hope is that people love it and want me to keep going, and then boom, there starts my fidget toys for kids with disabilities business right there. Like that's the ultimate goal. That is what I'm striving for. Don't know if it'll happen. I'm just rolling with it, but I got 4 more products. I have an idea of a way to kind of make the last week really cool. Don't know if I'm going to go through with it because it's an iffy part. Mainly, I don't know if this like problem can be solved with a toy. I'm going to give you a little hint. It involves speech pathology. So, I'm going to figure that out and see if I can do it, but stay tuned for that. So, that's everything for this week. It's been a wonderful week. Thank you all for contributing. It's been amazing. I'm having a blast. I did actually get into a conversation with my father last night, and he said, I said I was going to work on my business today because I would consider this my business. And he goes, aren't businesses supposed to make money? Yes, in theory, yes. So he said, so it's a hobby. And I said, yes, it is a hobby. But I'm hoping this hobby brings me money. So if you got a hobby, you might be able to bring in some money if you do it well enough. So just that little pitch out there. But another thing I'm going to talk about. It's not something I'm super interested in, but it is a fairly impactful thing that happened this week. And that was I designed polls for my day job. And I had to finish this job this week. 16 polls or 19 polls, kind of a lot, and coming down to the wire. So Monday, I worked 13 hours, woke up at 4:30 and worked till 5:30 p.m. Kind of crazy. And then that day, my boss was like, hey, you could just like work a little extra these next couple days and get Friday off. And I immediately was excited and was like, all right, I'm going to work a ton this week and finish this so then I can have Friday off. So then Tuesday, I worked 9 hours, the shortest day of the week. Wednesday, 11 and a half hours. And then Thursday, 13 and a half hours. So it was crazy. I worked like 47 hours this week. It was a lot of work, but I'm doing this at 4:18 p.m. I never do it this early. So it's awesome. It has been such a relief to just be able to get a day off. I was actually going to take a day off anyways. This was not a free day, but kind of a free day off. So I've enjoyed it a ton. And man, it's so nice. Even though it sucked working all that time, it was worth it in the end. So I have no point out of this. I just wanted to share that you might be able to get a day off. I don't know how your job works. Yeah, I really have no point. I just thought I'd share. It's fun. It's cool. So I do think that I am going to try and make my videos better. Just this little input. I'm going to try and make it better. I'm going to try and make it more engaging. It is a goal of mine. So tips, please let me know. But thank you very much for listening. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful day. Get some work done. Work on your hobby. Do whatever you love to do. And figure out a way where you can do that for your 9 to 5 and make money off of it. So you don't have to work the crazy hours for a company that's not even your own business. Because I already do those 13 hours for this. But it would have been nice if I could have been doing it all week instead of doing it for that. So, pros and cons of everything. Doing stuff for yourself always feels better and always feels less of a job if you do it correctly. So, take that how you want. You can do anything you set your mind to, but have a wonderful day. Thank you for everything. Goodbye.